Welcome back to Berry Life, bringing you easy and delicious recipes from around the world. Today we're making Jjajangmyeon. This Korean black bean noodle dish is rich, saucy, and loaded with caramelized vegetables. It's a comfort food at its finest, totally plant-based and wholly satisfying. So let's get started. As always, we begin by prepping our ingredients. For this dish, we'll use this Korean radish. It has the signature crisp of a radish, but a milder flavor relative to others. We'll just slice off the ends, peel it, and go with a medium dice. This will add a nice bite in the final product. This dish has an interesting history. While incredibly popular in everyday Korea, it actually originated from the Chinese dish Jjajangmyeon. It was brought to Korea by Chinese immigrants in the late 19th and early 20th century. Most of them were primarily from the Shandong province in China, and they settled in the port cities like Incheon, establishing Chinatowns where this dish became popular. Originally in China, this dish was made from fermented soybeans. However, it's evolved to suit local taste and ingredients. In Korea, it's made with fermented black beans, and is slightly sweeter with the addition of onions, zucchini, and pork. However, since it's our version, we'll be making it completely vegan, without compromising on flavor. Next, we have a purple potato. Again, we'll peel it and go with a similar medium dice. You might be wondering, what's the big deal about a purple potato? First of all, it's purple, which means it contains 100% of your daily value of purple. Looks aside, it contains about 20 times the amount of antioxidants as a Yukon potato. This protects your cells against damage from free radicals. I don't know about you, but I like my radicals under control. And similar to Yukon and other potatoes, it's packed with fiber, potassium, and vitamin C, which helps with blood sugar, heart health, and boosts your immune system. And beyond all the benefits, when your wife buys it, you have to use it. Next, we have a zucchini, or courgette. We'll cut them in half and quarter them lengthwise, then chop them up into bite-sized pieces. They'll help bulk up the sauce. Why did the zucchini break up with courgette? Because they realized they're the same thing in a different accent. Why did the zucchini refuse to skydive? It was too afraid of a squashed landing. We'll also need one large sweet onion. Usually we dice onions finely for a sauce, but for this, we'll leave the pieces slightly larger. The larger the pieces, the more intact they remain during the cooking process. And because it's a sweet onion, they're not as pungent. And for a bit of a chewy bite, shiitake mushrooms. Here we have 4 to 5 fresh caps. We'll remove all the stems and chop them into half-inch pieces, which is also a medium dice. It's important for all the vegetables to be around the same size, so in the sauce they mix evenly. Shiitake comes from Japan. Shi refers to a type of tree, and take means mushrooms. When exposed to UV light, they become a powerhouse of vitamin D, a great plant-based source for this essential nutrient. The fresh ones have a mild flavor and a meaty texture, whereas the dried ones are more intense and smoky, full of glutamates, what gives it that umami flavor. And lastly, we have a cucumber. This will be used for garnish. We'll slice off the sides and go with a fine julienne. We're not going to be cooking these, they're way too delicate. With all the veggies out of the way, finally we can move on to the stars of the show, jjajang, or Korean black bean paste. This is a savory, umami-rich paste made from fermented black beans. And its partner, myeon, or noodles. These are thick wheat noodles. We get these from the refrigerated section at our local Asian grocery store. With the prep done, let's cook with fire. Before we make the sauce, we like to boil the noodles by liberally salting a pot of water, and once it's boiling, adding in 2 or 3 of these noodle bundles. These are fresh and only take a couple of minutes to cook. If you can't find these locally, check out the link below in the description box, or you can replace them with another choice of wheat noodles. Once cooked, we'll grab them with a strainer and rinse them under cold running water. This helps to prevent further cooking and removes any excess starch. Then we set these aside. When we're ready to use these, we'll rinse them one more time to loosen them up. To a wok over medium-low heat, we'll add a spoonful of cooking oil and add in our shiitake mushrooms. These take the longest amount of time to cook, so we cook them first until they're lightly golden. Then we'll push these to the side and make some room in the middle to add in our radish and the purple potatoes. These two take roughly the same amount of time to cook. We'll add a little bit of oil and crisp up the sides and toss. Should take about a minute or two. Then we mix it with the mushrooms. At this point, we like to add a little salt to season. And push them to the sides. So we can add the minced garlic and the grated ginger, along with a little bit of oil. Then cook for about 30 to 60 seconds or until fragrant, being careful not to burn them. Then we add the chopped onions and cook until slightly softened, so maybe another 30 seconds. We want to preserve as much of the vegetable's textures as possible. And lastly, we add in the zucchini, which takes the least amount of time to cook, and char them a little. The goal is to caramelize the mushrooms and the vegetables, but not overcook them. Finally, we make a little bit of space in the center again and add in the black bean paste, along with a little bit of oil, and mix the two. This helps to infuse the oil with the flavors of the black bean paste. If you're not able to find jjajang paste, check out the video description box below to learn how to make this paste at home. Once it's a little bit loosened, we'll mix it with the rest of the ingredients. If you don't have a pan like this, you can cook the vegetables separately, remove them from the pan, and bring them all together at this point. We also lower the heat a little and mix to give the vegetables a chance to absorb the flavors from the paste. We also like to add a little bit of brown sugar. This slight sweetness helps to enhance the savoriness of the black bean sauce. Once all the ingredients are combined, we'll add about 1 cup of water and bring the sauce to a boil, and boil until the potatoes are cooked through. Then give it a test. Check for seasoning and doneness. Once the potatoes are cooked, we add in the cornstarch slurry. This is 1 tablespoon of cornstarch with 1 tablespoon of cold water. This will help thicken the sauce. Once the sauce is thickened, we'll turn off the heat. That's it. Ring the bell because dinner is ready. Hope you enjoyed this video. Let us know in the comments below if you try this recipe, and be sure to give it a thumbs up. Also, remember to subscribe to follow. We upload recipes every week, and you don't want to miss out. When serving, we pile the noodles in a large bowl. Then, top it with heaping spoonfuls of the sauce. And finish it with a cool garnish of cucumbers and some sesame seeds for a little bit of crunch. If you want the full written recipe, check out the link in the description box below. Oh man, my mouth is already watering. I cannot wait to dig in. We'll give it a mix and top it with our homemade chili crisp for a little bit of heat. There you have it, vegan jjajangmyeon, a delicious and comforting taste of Korea in the comfort of your own kitchen. Thank you for watching. Enjoy!